When life breaks you. Have you ever reached a point in life where you feel completely broken? Not just tired, not just stressed, but deeply broken inside. The kind of pain you can't explain to people. The kind of pain that makes you smile outside, but cry when you are alone. Maybe life didn't turn out the way you expected. Maybe the people you trusted hurt you the most. Maybe you prayed, and it felt like God was silent. Maybe you tried your best, but things kept falling apart anyway. And now you're sitting there wondering, why is this happening to me? If that's you right now, I want you to listen very carefully. Because sometimes, life has to break you before God can rebuild you. When everything falls apart, nobody prepares you for the moments when life suddenly collapses. The moment when the job disappears. The moment when the relationship ends. The moment when the doctor says something you never wanted to hear. The moment when the person you loved walks away. And suddenly your world feels like it's crashing down. You start questioning everything. You question your choices. You question your worth. You question your faith. And sometimes, you even question God. You ask, God, where were you when I needed you? Why did you allow this pain? Why does my life feel like it's falling apart? But what if I told you something most people don't understand? Sometimes the breaking is part of the blessing. God works through broken places. Look at the most powerful things God has ever used. Broken people. People who felt unqualified. People who had scars. People who had cried in the dark. Psalm 34 verse 18. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. When life breaks you, it may feel like God is far away. But this scripture reveals the opposite truth. God is closest when your heart is most broken. Your pain does not push God away. It actually draws him nearer to you.
The truth is, God does his greatest work in broken places. A seed has to break open before it grows. The ground has to break apart before something new can rise from it. Even Jesus was broken on the cross before resurrection came. Your breaking does not mean your life is over. It might actually mean God is starting something new. The pain you feel right now, you may feel like you're carrying a weight no one else can see. You wake up every day pretending you're okay. But deep inside, you're tired. Tired of fighting. Tired of hoping. Tired of trying. Pause. And sometimes the hardest part isn't the pain. The hardest part is feeling like no one understands it. But hear this today. God sees every tear you've cried. Even the ones nobody else saw. Even the ones you wiped away quickly. Even the ones you cried in the middle of the night. None of your pain is invisible to God. Not one moment. Not one tear. Your breaking point is not your ending. Some of the strongest people you see today were once people who thought they would never recover. They had nights where they cried themselves to sleep. They had moments where they felt completely lost. They had seasons where they felt like giving up. But they didn't know something at the time. God was quietly working behind the scenes. Healing. Rebuilding. Strengthening. Preparing. Pause. And the same thing could be happening in your life right now. Even if you can't see it yet. Even if it doesn't feel like it. Even if everything looks dark. God is still working. Something powerful happens when you survive your breaking. There is something powerful about a person who has been broken and survived. They become different, stronger, wiser, more compassionate, more grateful, more aware of what truly matters in life. Pain changes you, but it doesn't have to destroy you. Sometimes the most powerful people in the world are people who once felt like they had nothing left. Yet somehow, Psalm 30 verse 5, weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Pain may last for a season. There may be nights of tears, but God promises that sorrow will not last forever. Morning always comes, and with it healing, peace, and new hope. God carried them through. God is closer than you think. When life breaks you, can feel like God is far away. But many times, he is actually closest in those moments. When you are crying, he hears you. When you feel weak, he is holding you. When you feel lost, he is guiding you, even when you don't realize it. You might not understand your story right now, but one day, you will look back, and you will realize something incredible. The moment you thought was the end was actually the moment God started changing your life. Romans 8 verse 28. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him. This does not mean everything that happens is good, but it means God can bring good out of painful situations. The heartbreak, the loss, the disappointment. God can transform those broken moments into purpose, strength, and testimony. So if life has broken you, if your heart feels heavy, if you feel like everything around you is falling apart, hear this today. You are not finished. Your story is not over. Your pain is not pointless. And your future is not destroyed. God is still writing your story. And sometimes, the most beautiful chapters come after the breaking. So hold on. Even if it hurts. Even if it's hard. Even if you don't understand yet. Because the same God who carried you this far will not abandon you now. Joel 2:25. I will restore to you the years that the locusts have eaten. Sometimes we feel like life has stolen years from us. Lost opportunities, broken relationships, dreams that didn't happen. But God promises restoration. He can rebuild what life seemed to destroy.